This is their culture page. We're like a vegetarian restaurant. Nothing against vegetarian restaurants, just a very odd way to start off using the analogy. But I was reading about a company called Gaspedal. They build communities or whatever, and I noticed something here. Advancement comes in the form of increased pay and responsibilities, not titles. There's just no corporate hierarchy here. Then if you dig deeper into their website, you see this. We've got a unique organizational structure. Here's our current organization chart. The CEO is at the top, the managers of each department, and the people that work in each department. To me, this sounds like one of those startup companies saying we're different, but then again, doing absolutely nothing different. And then we tried the inverted pyramid. It's not a pyramid scheme, okay? It's just a reverse funnel. Then we put the community first. This looks like a horizontally laid out hierarchy. Just because you take the bubbles and you move them to the right doesn't mean that then the hierarchy just reads from left to right. As I read further into this, the hypocrisy and the bouncing back and forth between saying one thing and then saying another thing is just insane. And let me show you. Most of our teams are 3 layers deep at most, and no job is a stepping stone to another role. You should apply for the job you really want. And here it says you can choose your career path rather than trying to climb up. We're a place where you can go really deep into your passion or try something different when a new role opens up. But it literally just said no job is a stepping stone to another role. Instead of a ladder, we're more like a jungle gym. This looks like a ladder to me. Let's look at the intensity and balance page they have. Our work is intense. We like it that way. That means our days are intense and we're driven to succeed. Our days fly by. We work intense full weeks. Most of us work through lunch. Don't work through lunch. Go have some time to yourself throughout the day. It's the kind of place where you'll catch the clock in the afternoon and be surprised at how little time is left in the day until one day you wake up and you're 55 years old wondering what you did with all that time. This isn't something to brag about. It's not about clock watching. Instead, we earn the right to go home at a reasonable time by doing amazing work at a furious pace. The energy feels like a startup, but unlike a startup, if we've left it all on the field, there's no point in working late into the night. So it's exactly like a startup. You just work through lunch instead of working at night. We earn the right to go home at a reasonable time by doing all of our work in one day. Here's something that I think people my age need to know. There's always going to be work the next day. Work is never gonna leave. There's always work to be done. And so by thinking you've earned the right to go home during the day because you got it all done is simply a farce. Work will always be waiting. Nobody on their deathbed says, I wish I spent more time at the office. They go down here and they say, this is our favorite perk. It's pretty simple. We work our ass off during the day, then go home. It's the biggest perk of the job and something we work and fight for. Life at gas pedal. To be clear, a great work lifestyle isn't a perk. It's the payoff for the intensity at which we operate. Now, if we just go back here, they say, this is our favorite perk. Here's where they talk about vacation and try to make it seem like it's very good for you. We have a generous package of paid vacation and sick days, plus we close down for extra days around the holidays. Yes, we actually want you to use your vacation days, so if you don't use them, you lose them at the end of the year. What this really means is that they don't want your vacation stacking up, because if you quit and you have a bunch of vacations stacked up, they have to pay you out vacation. So instead, they try to market it to you as, use it or lose it because we care about you. I mean, my bullshit detector is just off the charts right now. I can see straight through this. It's the same reason companies offer unlimited vacation, because if they don't give you a set amount of vacation, then they don't have to pay you out any vacation. And that's exactly kind of what we're doing here. We could also think about it like this. In order to motivate you to use your vacation days, we're going to threaten you with taking it away at the end of the year if you don't. Let's jump to this next part. All jobs are full-time in the office. Some companies are fine with telecommuting, but it just doesn't work for us. We're all about building a great culture, and people who aren't here with us inevitably find themselves disconnected and not really part of the team. Now, let's pause right here and jump up to the top. 2 great cities, 1 awesome team. Despite the distance, we work hard to maintain our intense collaboration and tight culture. We do a lot of video conferencing, a lot of phone calls, and we get together at our live events and annual staff retreat to sync up. But you just said that if you're separated, it just doesn't work for you. Just doesn't work for you. Plus, things are just too fast-moving and spontaneous. We do a lot of impromptu meetings and out-loud sharing that doesn't work if you're not around. Yeah, impromptu meetings are generally meetings that should have been Slack messages or emails. Most teams have staff in both locations, but it just doesn't work for us. It just doesn't work. You might be wondering what this company actually does, and I have yet to really kind of understand what they do. They operate 2 different websites, which are both exactly the same. If I open them up, this is socialmedia.org, and this is board.org. There's an entire page dedicated to how they're different than other companies. At Gaspedal, you get it all. It's an incredibly rare combination, said every single startup and Silicon Valley or Austin, Texas company that existed. By the way, this company exists in Austin, Texas. This is their culture page. We're like a vegetarian restaurant. Nothing against vegetarian restaurants, just a very odd way to start off using the analogy, but like a really, really good vegetarian restaurant, though. We're going to keep cooking for them, and we're going to keep getting better at it because we love making vegetarian food. At the intensity and burn rate of whatever fuck you're talking about this company, I think everybody's just going to end up being a vegetable. Let's be real here. Earning your right to go home? Get the fuck out of here. Some people don't like vegetarian food, and that's okay. What are you talking about? We're not going to start serving burgers and fries. The burgers wouldn't be very good, and it would make us a terrible vegetarian restaurant. What are you Let's look at their core values. Some of them are, fairly normal. We get stuff done. Our contribution is measured by the results we deliver. We make good things happen for other people. I mean, yeah, that sounds good. I can agree with it. Like, confidentiality is a big deal. Start less, finish more. That's good, right? Reduce that scope creep. Don't have 1,000 projects out and get none of them done. Making mistakes is good. This is how you learn, right? That's good too. I agree with that. Everyone is treated the same. That sounds like a great bullet point too, but I highly doubt that's the case. Nobody gets special perks except for the fact that the CEO could walk in tomorrow and say, hey, I'm reducing all of your guys' salary and raising my own. Hey, I'm letting all of you guys go and rehiring these same positions for less money. The power dynamics don't change no matter how many fluffy, fun bullet points you want to put into your culture. That's just how it is. The power dynamics is that the CEO has complete power over your livelihood and your paycheck, and there's nothing you can do about it, and saying everyone is treated the same is just a lie, a feel-good lie. Here's them doing the old humble brag. We're so not cool. You won't find a foosball table or a kegerator here. This is not the place to go if you're looking for happy hour, dude bro, or party culture. So instead, we do dorky stuff like Office High Five Fridays. Please don't touch me. It's Corona. This sounds exactly the same. Like every other company. They essentially categorize Austin as a hipster city. And it's Austin. So there are beards, artists, tattoos, musicians, homebrews, and rock climbers. But instead of a kegerator, you'll find a surprising number of high-fiber snacks. Here's a good one, actually. We believe in private offices. All of our staff get a private office and are encouraged to customize their spaces to make them feel most at home. Just let them go home instead, since you already have 2 offices in different states. And you seem to do just fine. We rarely work nights and weekends. So they do still work nights and weekends, is what this actually says. You're not expected to check email on personal time. Why would you make that a bullet point? Don't check your email on personal time. It's not a perk. A place to build a career and a work family. Oh, get out of here with this garbage, dude. Work is not your family. Oh my God. Please stop with this. The power dynamics of a family are not the same power dynamics of a company. Obviously, you can look at my family and there's like jokes on you, Josh. I get it, but like you guys get what I mean. For the people out there with regular, good, decent families, work is not family. If you enjoyed me roasting the corporate handbook, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I'm also on Odyssey and Library now, so you can go watch my deleted videos. For example, the video where the Fluke CEO threatens to sue me. And a bunch of other things. You can go support me there if you'd like. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.